Welcome to my channel. Today we'll start question number 6. If the shadow of the building increased by 12 meter. So here is the shadow of the building and the angle of elevation of the sun rays decreases from 60 degree to 45 degree. At this angle, the angle of elevation of the sun is 60 degree. So this is the angle of elevation of the sun, which is 60 degree. Now this angle will decrease to 45 degree. So as the angle decreases, the shadow increased by the length of 12 meter and the angle of elevation of the sun is 45 degrees. This shadow, which is increased due to the change in the elevation of the sun, is equals to 12 meter. What is the height of the building? We have to calculate the height of the building, which is equals to h. To calculate the height of the building, we need to solve these two triangles. The first triangles contain the angle of 60 degree and the second triangle containing an angle of 45 degree. To calculate the height of the building, we use the trigonometric ratio tan of theta, which is equals to perpendiculars divided by base of the triangle. So in this triangle, the base of the triangle is not completely given. We only know that the increase in the shadow is equals to 12 meter. We don't know the initial length of the shadow. So first we will suppose that initial length equals to the value x, and as we know that this x is the base of our first triangle whose angle of elevation is 60 degree. But the base of our second triangle whose angle is 45 degree is equals to this total length, which is equals to x plus 12. So the base of the second triangle having angle of 45 degree is equals to x plus 12, and the perpendicular, which is unknown, is equals to h, which is the height of the triangle. So perpendicular is same in case of both of the triangles. So first we use the tan of theta. So tan of theta is equals to perpendicular over base. Solving the second triangle, the angle is 45 degree, its perpendicular is equals to the h, and its base is equals to x plus 12. So now putting the values and doing some mathematical manipulation, we will get h height is equals to x plus 12. So this is our first equation. Now we will solve our first triangle having the angle of 60 degree with the base x and perpendicular h. So again using the tan of theta, putting the value and doing some mathematical manipulation, we know that h is equals to 1.732 times x. So now this is the second equation and this is our first equation. So as h is equals to x plus 12, and we know that h is equals to 1.732 times of x. So by using the transitive property of the real numbers, we can say that 1.732 times x is equals to x plus 12. So in this way, we can calculate the value of the x, which is equals to 16.39 meters. After getting the value of x, we can put that value in any of the equations to get the value of the height. So as we know that h is equals to 1.732 times of x, so putting the value of x here, we will get the height of the building, which is equals to 28.36 meters. Now moving toward the question number 7. From the top of a 100-meter high building, the angle of depression of the bottom of a second building is 30 degree. From here, the angle of depression to the bottom of this building is 30 degree. And from the same point, the angle of elevation to the top of the second building is 20 degree. Calculate the height of the second building. We need to calculate the height of this second building. To calculate the height of the second building, we need the base of these triangles. The base of these triangle is equal to the distance between these two buildings. So we don't know the distance between these two buildings, which is equals to d. We also know the height of the first building, but we don't know the distance between these two buildings. First we need to calculate the distance between these two buildings, and we know that from the parallel lines that the alternating angles of the parallel lines are equal. So this angle is 30 degree, then this angle is also equals to 30 degree. So in this triangle we know the perpendicular, but we don't know the base, the distance between these two triangles, and we also know the angle of this triangle. So we can solve with the help of tan of theta and get the distance between these two triangles. We can solve this triangle with the help of trigonometric ratio of tan theta to get the value of the distance between these two buildings. So tan theta is equals to perpendicular over base. Tan 30 is equals to 100, height of the building, divided by the distance between the building, which is d. After doing some mathematical work, the distance between these two buildings is equals to 173.2 meters. To calculate the height of the building, we have to split this height into two parts. The x part, this is also include the height of the building, and the y part, which is also included the height of the second building. The y is equals to the height of the first building, which is equals to 100. So the height of the building up to this point, y, is equals to 100 meters. So y is equals to 100 meter. The remaining height of the second building is calculated by solving the triangle containing the angle of 20 degree. We have calculated the distance between the two buildings because this distance is helpful in solving the above triangle, because we don't know the height of that triangle, perpendicular are missing, and the base of that triangle is also not known to us. So we cannot solve this triangle until we will get this distance. So now we have get this distance. We can use this distance as a base of our upper triangle. So now we have the base of the triangle and we have the angle 20 degree. We can calculate the value of x. To calculate the value of x, we again use the trigonometric ratio, perpendicular divided by base. So x is unknown to us, and the base of this triangle is the distance between these two triangles, which is equals to 173.2 meters, and the angle of elevation is 20 degree. Now doing some mathematical work here, we will get the value of x, which is equals to 63 meters. So to find the height of this building, we have to add x plus y. The height of this x portion and the height of the y portion, which is equals to the height of the first building, 100 meter, and this is equals to the x is equals to 63 meters. The height of the building is equals to 163 meters. So that's all about the question number 7. Now moving toward the question number 8. A plane is 119 km west and 100 km south of an airport. What is the bearing the pilot wants to fly directly back to the airport? Now here is an airport, and from the airport let's make a line of 119 km in the direction of west. So this is the west direction and 119 km line in the west direction. Now we draw another line in the south direction having the length of 100 kilometers. To get the location of the plane, we will draw two perpendicular lines from these points and we will get the location of the plane. This plane is 119 kilometers away in the west direction and 100 kilometer in the south direction. So here is the plane. Our question is to find the bearing. For the pilot, he wants to fly directly back to the airport. To find the bearing, we need to locate the north side first. So here is the north side of the plane. From the north side, this is the bearing to which the pilot fly back to the airport. So we need to find this angle. To find this angle, we need to solve our triangle. As we have one side of the triangle which is equals to 119 kilometer, the other side of the triangle is equals to the 100 kilometers. So this is equals to 100 kilometer and this side is equals to 119 kilometer. We have both sides of the triangle. The line which coincides with the angle is known as the base of the triangle, and 119 kilometer is the perpendicular of the triangle. So using the tan theta again, tan theta is equals to perpendiculars divided by base. Putting the value of perpendicular and the base, we will get the value of angle which is equals to 49.95 degrees, approximately 50 degree. So the bearing at which the pilot fly directly to the airport is equals to 050 degrees, because bearings are normally written in the 3 digits. So that's all about the question number 8, and our chapter of trigonometry and the bearing is completed today. All the exercise have been uploaded on the YouTube. You can watch all the videos. Thank you very much.